Hey, welcome back from your holiday time over Thanksgiving, and we're back with some more mini messages in Exodus chapter 14. So we'll look at a couple verses today, just verses 21 and 22, where it says, Then Moses raised his hand over the sea, and the Lord opened up a path through the water with a strong east wind. The wind blew all night, turning the seabed into dry ground. So the people of Israel walked to the middle of the sea on dry ground with walls of water on each side. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth as to where this occurred. Did it occur in what is known as the Reed Sea, which is really kind of a marshy, lake area, slightly north of the Red Sea? Did it occur in the Red Sea itself? Where did this occur? For me, and I talked about this a little bit the other day, I think the most likely spot at this point from an archaeological as well as a geographic area for this is in what's known as the Gulf of Aqaba, which is the offshoot, kind of one of the fingers of the Red Sea going across there, which interestingly enough would also put Mount Sinai not in the Sinai Peninsula, but most likely somewhere in the Arabian Peninsula, which I think is honestly much more likely. I think that Mount Sinai is actually in the Arabian Peninsula, and they crossed there. I think for some geographical reasons I talked about in my last mini message, as well as some archaeological stuff as well. I think that really fits in both places. So it tells us here that the wind blew all night, turning the seabed into dry ground, and the people walked through the middle of the sea. So there's a path through the water, and that is something else that's interesting in the Gulf of Aqaba, is that there is a land bridge going across that is like a really shallowish sandbar going across to the actual Arabian Peninsula itself. I think that's the spot. And so they literally walk across on the dry ground. And when you look at this in Psalm 77, it talks about this. It gives us a description of this as it poetically described how it thundered and rained and lightning struck the crossing of the Red Sea. And it's described as they walked through and there were walls of water on each side. So when I look at this, I see this as an actual miracle. This isn't legend. This isn't a folk tale. This isn't just a story. I think these are actual events. And I think the archaeology, the archaeology and the geography both point to this, and specifically point to it being at the Gulf of Aqaba. So God brought them across on the dry ground. We'll see you guys later.